Expedition to fabled Monkey Island. Crew positions available. Serve under LeChuck, the most fearsome pirate on the 8 seas. Equal opportunity employer. Inquire here.
Looking for a job? Step this way.
The clipboard in your hand says you're the quartermaster.
The crew says I'm the quartermaster. Clipboard doesn't get a vote. You look like a guy without many options. You want a job? I'm short a swabby. LeChuck's an equal opportunity employer. Even humans are mostly tolerated.
Absolutely. I'd love to be a swabby. Swabbing is one of my favorite things in the whole world. The restful, mindless repetition, the delicate scent of old soapy water, the proud satisfaction of a sparkling plank.
Okay. Save the strokes for the decks. The only requirement is that you bring your own mop. If you've got a mop, the job is... Hey, wait a minute. What's your name, sailor?
Andrew LeChuck, nephew.
Oh, ballsy play, Andrew. LeChuck gave me a blacklist and you're on it. In fact, you are the blacklist. I'm sorry, can't hire you. You're obviously Guybrush Threepwood.
Well, that's a slight hitch.
I'm confused. Didn't you say you were gonna get your own ship?
Yes, but then suddenly I thought, why bother? I wanted a ship and a crew. Here was a ship and a crew. Ripe for the taking. All I had to do was get on board, wait for the right moment, and strike.
Strike?
Mutiny the crew, seize the ship. Be a pirate.
Except they wouldn't hire you because they knew who you were.
Yeah, that was a problem. Also, I needed a mop. Hey.
Threepwood. I shouldn't even be talking to you.
I'm not Guybrush Threepwood. I just look like him. You'd be amazed how often people confuse us. Sometimes I impersonate him at parties, just for fun. We've never even met, and I doubt I'd like him if we did.
Even if any of that were true, it wouldn't matter. LeChuck would take one look at you and go nuts. Just looking like Guybrush Threepwood is enough that I can't give you the job. Sorry.
Hey.
What is it?
Can I be on your ship if I change my name?
Only if you also change your face. Sorry.
Hey.
What is it?
Are you sure I can't convince you that I'm not Guybrush Threepwood?
Just looking like Guybrush Threepwood is enough that I can't give you the job. Sorry.
Expedition to fabled Monkey Island. Crew positions available. Serve under LeChuck, the most fearsome pirate on the 8 seas. Equal opportunity employer. Inquire here. Say what you want about my evil, horrible nemesis LeChuck, but he does know how to stock a ship. I hope this isn't one of those party cruises. Say what you want about my evil, horrible nemesis LeChuck, but he does know how to stock a ship. Looks like this is going to be a long journey.
Why was Wally in such a hurry? He wouldn't sell us out to Madison, would he?
I believe he needed to relieve the pressure upon him in a different way.
Hey, Wally!
Well, look what the surf washed ashore. It's Guybrush Threepwood.
Nice to see you again too, Wally. whatever your last name is.
I spent years in therapy getting over being burned, blinded, blown up, abandoned, and marooned because of you.
Yeah, good times, huh?
You're lucky I'm past all that and am running the best map shop within the Caribbean and beyond.
I'm looking for a mop.
This is Maps and More, not Mops and More.
Well, I was hoping the and more might include mops.
Well, it doesn't. Try asking the cook over at the bar where he got his.
You wouldn't happen to have a map to the secret of Monkey Island.
Funny you should ask. I recently made one on commission, but then they destroyed all my source material. It is the only one in existence. Best of luck to you.
Looks like the shop across the way is in trouble.
The high-stakes, ego-driven world of pirating is changing, and dark magic is taking over. Voodoo magic is fun and all, but it's not what the new generation wants. Me? I'm on the bleeding edge and making a bundle. I'm about to franchise.
You have a lot of maps in here.
We've got so many, you need a map to find them all. Haha, a little cartographer humor.
Yeah, I'd forgotten how funny it was. It's great to see you landed on your feet after all these years.
Business has been booming with all these new dark magic pirates. Captain Madison has me on a lucrative retainer. She pays extra for a bunch of wacky symbols I just make up.
I'll let you get back to cartographing.
That's not a real word.
Uh-huh. Ooh, those look fancy.
The finest tools to make the finest maps.
They're like glasses, only way less convenient. Ooh, look behind you, a three-headed monkey.
Oh, please take one. I use them to promote my business. See, it says Maps and More on the edge.
Thanks. It's a map on a fan. What'll they think of next? Wally, can I have one of these maps?
Absolutely. If you pay for it.
Never mind. Hey, Wally, what's with the window ladder?
I use it to keep an eye on the neighbors.
Well, it's good to have a hobby. The first rule of piracy is never buy a used treasure map. I try to steer clear of sea monsters myself. Hey, Wally, what's in these boxes?
Maps.
I appreciate that Wally hasn't traded it in for a new model just because it's been around the block once or twice. I feel very strongly about that for some reason. Too bad it's empty. This is a neat symbol. What does it mean?
That used to contain magical disguises. But alas, they have all gone.
Yeah, it's too bad you're sold out. A magic disguise seems really useful.
There is always the famous eye patch of John Laney at the museum. I'm sure the magic has worn off by now, but I believe I could restore its abilities.
Your sign says you're going out of business. Or is this one of those not really going out of business sales?
There is a new dark magic on the rise in the Caribbean. It has many adherents, particularly among the young. There is little demand for my talents or my wares. Business is terrible, and there are other factors. Captain Madison desires this location. That it belongs to me will be of little help against her financial and political powers.
Whoa, back up. Dark magic, you said?
I did.
How does dark magic work?
Runes, chemicals, the power of secrets. I am no expert. It's too sterile for my tastes. I like things messy and theatrical.
Is dark magic powerful?
Powerful, yes, it can be. But dangerous. If the badger chews his own tail, soon there is no more badger.
You like that metaphor a lot, don't you?
It has many uses.
Can dark magic get me to Monkey Island?
No.
Nuts. Where can I get my hands on some dark magic?
Dark magic is not your path, Guybrush Threepwood.
Do you know more about this John Laney guy with the eye patch?
Captain John Laney was renowned as the pirate of 1,000 faces. It was said that he could fool his best friend with nothing more than an eye patch. That legend is true, but only because the eye patch he used was filled with much voodoo magic. The eye patch still exists. It is on display at the Museum of Pirate Lore here on Melee Island. If an enterprising person such as yourself were to liberate it and bring it here, I could most likely get it working again.
Got it. Thanks. Tell me again about Laney and the eye patch.
Captain John Laney was renowned as the pirate of 1,000 faces. It was said that he could fool his best friend with nothing more than an eye patch. That legend is true, but only because the eye patch he used was filled with much voodoo magic. The eye patch still exists. It is on display at the Museum of Pirate Lore here on Melee Island. If an enterprising person such as yourself were to liberate it and bring it here, I could most likely get it working again.
Got it. Thanks. I don't suppose you sell mops.
I cannot guide you on matters of mops. The true master is the cook at the Scum Bar.
Can you use your talents to tell me how Elaine is right now?
She is always close, no matter the distance.
Do your answers ever make sense?
There are no answers, only questions that are finished.
Are you able to see what LeChuck is up to?
Your goals and the goals of LeChuck are aligned, as always. But his intentions are darker. He would use the secret to do terrible things.
Dark-er? What's that supposed to mean?
LeChuck must not acquire the secret.
No argument there. Is this the year when you finally tell me your name? It's become almost a running gag between us. But it's awkward, like when your glass is empty but you keep trying to drink out of it over and over.
It is Corina.
Oh, okay. Karina. Nice. Somehow it was more exciting before I knew that.
That is true of many things.
Got any other mystical advice or information for me? Stock tips or something?
No.
Do you do gift wrapping?
We're out of wrapping paper, unless you'd like it wrapped in the skin of a lizard.
No thanks. Someone's very excited I'm looking at this sign. Not for me.
LeChuck, sir. Just thought I'd pop in and let you know. Preparations to set sail are almost done.
You have all the supplies for the spell to get to Monkey Island?
Check. Squid ink, chickens, brimstone, cinnamon, monkey blood, mint, and an annoying skull.
Well done! Mark yourself down for one less lashing this voyage.
Funny story. Guybrush Threepwood tried to sign on to the crew.
Threepwood? He must be looking for the secret too. That guy steals all my best ideas. Have him killed! Wait! Let him live. I want him to see me sail off for Monkey Island knowing the secret is lost to him forever.
Sure. I want to bring this up one more time. Is searching for this mythical secret of Monkey Island a good idea? Should we be out terrorizing the high seas, instilling fear, creating mayhem, being more on brand for LeChuck?
I've had enough of you questioning my orders. Finish loading the ship, and whatever you do, don't let Threepwood on board.
Very well.
It seems to be stuck closed. It seems to be stuck closed. I don't see anything useful here.
Guybrush! Hey, kid! How's your day go?
I can read the serial number. I'll write it down so I don't forget.
Hi there.
Hello. Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. Good choice on the lock. These are really sturdy. It's the same kind they use over at the jail.
Ooh, wow. What a coincidence. I had no idea.
Hey, Guybrush! Hey, kid! You look like you're having a good time. That's nice.
Otis, the authorities have reconsidered your case and decided that you should go free.
I'm very grateful to the authorities and will not mention their name should any awkward questions be asked. Good luck, Stan. I hope you get acquitted.
Oh, it's in the bag, friend, but thanks.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.
Wow, that's worse than I imagined. The window's all boarded up, and it's very dark in there. Is that an old toothbrush? The assets of this establishment have been seized to settle a class action lawsuit. Have a nice day. There was a time when every mooring would be filled with one of Stan's used ships. It's a dried up old sea sponge. It's bone dry. I guess Stan hasn't washed a ship in a while. Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now. Stan used this to clean his ships. It's all rusted out now. There was a time when every mooring would be filled with one of Stan's used ships. It always looks bigger on this side of the island. I remember when these torches lit up Stan's previously owned vessels like a carnival. Warning, the dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended. Oh, I used to love these when I was 6. Museum of Pirate Lore. Once upon a time, I won a t-shirt right here on the front lawn.
Hi there. Welcome to the Melee Island Museum of Pirate Lore. I'm Conrad, the curator and docent here. I also edit the Pirate Times newsletter. Here, take my business card.
Thanks?
The museum showcases the largest collection of pirate memorabilia in the Caribbean. Or on Melee Island at the very least. The provenance of each item has been very carefully researched and fact-checked by myself and my team. Feel free to explore. And if you have any questions, just ask.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
No kidding? Wow! Are you named after Guybrush Threepwood?
I guess you could say that?
Nice.
I'm going to find the legendary secret of Monkey Island.
Oh, that's excellent! Super retro! If you need a place to display it, I know a convenient museum.
Your museum is quaint.
Thanks. It's been a personal passion of mine. I'm nuts about old-timey pirate stuff.
Old-timey?
Being around it really makes you feel like you're a part of something. Doesn't it?
I am part of something.
Exactly.
Are any of these things valuable?
The security parrot isn't just here to look piratey. John Laney's eye patch is irreplaceable. It's the highlight of the collection. Amazingly, I got it at a yard sale. They didn't know what they had.
I don't suppose you have a mop from a famous pirate swabby on display?
I've been trying to get the cook down at the Scum Bar to donate his, but he won't part with it.
Do you have maps of the forest here?
No, that's not really what we do. Try the map shop in town?
Tell me about that newsletter of yours.
The Pirate Times. We publish pirate news, pirate stories, pirate poetry, all things piratey, really.
I'd see you wear a peg leg, despite having both of your original legs.
Just part of the docent's outfit, for the tourists. Kids always want to try it on.
That's charming and creepy at the same time.
This is a museum for people who think attacking ships and murdering the crew for profit sounds fun.
Touché. I'll have a look around.
Please do.
What can you tell me about this eye patch?
That's the pride of the collection. It belonged to Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. Supposedly, it had voodoo powers that would disguise him. I tried it on though, and nothing happened.
Eye patch worn by Captain John Laney, the pirate of 1,000 faces. There's some very tiny writing on it. Well, the numbers are a little clearer, but still too tiny to read. The display case is locked. That is a really big parrot. Wonder how many hands it's eaten. What do you feed it?
Thieves, mostly.
Good to know. What was this cinder you've got on the wall?
Oh, that. Yeah, that was an unsent love letter written by Elaine Marley while she was governor of the island.
What? Elaine?
The recipient was referred to only as Plunder Bunny.
That's me!
It was a really touching letter. Unfortunately, I put the candle too close to it.
What did it say? Tell me what she said.
Oh, you know, love letter stuff. Honestly, I don't remember a word of it, but it was touching.
Thanks a lot. Tell me about this hunk of wood.
That's an original plank from the Golden Hind, autographed by Francis Drake himself.
It's a working parrot. I shouldn't bother it. What's the story with the wanted poster?
That is the earliest known wanted poster for Captain Kate Capsize. You can tell how notorious she was by the huge number of crimes listed there. Very impressive. I got it from a collector on Fat Island.
Those are my own crimes, actually. I was pretty much public enemy number 1 on Fat Island at the time. I stuck Kate's picture on there so she'd get thrown in jail.
That would never work. Nobody's that clueless in real life.
You don't believe me?
It's not a question of belief.
Never mind. It's not important. What's this melted lump of metal?
It used to be a mug. It was melted by some kind of acid. It was found in the Malay jail many years ago, after an incident where like 20 pirates escaped.
Hey, I did that. I had to keep pouring the grog from mug to mug because it was melting them. I had an armload of mugs and I juggled them all the way from the scum bar to the jail. Also, I could get Otis to join my crew. Not my greatest decision in retrospect.
That's a pretty wild story.
I'm telling you the truth.
I'm sure you are, but it just doesn't quite square with the official record. So it's hard to substantiate.
Substantiate? You've got an eyewitness.
Eyewitnesses are notoriously inaccurate. Human memory is plastic and suggestible.
Not yours, apparently.
No, of course not. I deal in facts.
That map looks familiar.
That's 1/4 of the original map to the treasure of Big Whoop. I got it from the cartographer on Low Street. Apparently, he was somehow involved in the search for Big Whoop.
About all Wally managed to do was get kidnapped by LeChuck's henchmen.
That's not the way he tells it.
I'm just trying to help.
Thanks. I've got it under control.
How on earth do you have that note?
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. That was found tucked inside of a book at the Fat Island Library. It's the actual note left by the ghost pirate LeChuck when he kidnapped Governor Marley.
I know what it is. The lookout handed it to me just before I finished my 3 trials. I was crushed, but undaunted. I gathered a crew and I sailed to Monkey Island to save her. Not that she needed it, as it turned out.
Wow, man, you're really into this. I've got a role-playing group on Thursday nights.
This is absurd. It's like this whole wall is stuff from my personal adventures, but somehow I'm not even mentioned in your stories.
That's what's so great about this museum. Everyone makes their own connections with the exhibits, and it's highly personal and different for everyone.
That's not what I'm trying to say at all.
That's okay. You don't need to say anything. Just listen to what the exhibits tell you.
Fine. It's cracker mix. Some assembly required. It doesn't seem interested. Especially fortified for the healthy parrot diet. Is this a left hook or a right hook?
That once belonged to the dread pirate Meat Hook. Supposedly he was ambidextrous. Also, he used to live right here on Malay.
Hey, kid!
Hey, Stan!
Hello there, son!
I've been to the shipyard. Your office is all boarded up, with your toothbrush sealed inside, presumably.
Well, don't worry yourself about it then, son. I found a dead centipede in the corner that should do until they let me out.
See you later.
Yep.
Once you have a key, you've got to open the door.
Welcome back.
Hello. It doesn't seem interested. I found some cracker mix. You could bake fresh crackers in your furnace.
Thanks. The ones on the plate were getting a bit stale. Take some if you want.
Don't mind if I do. Hey, Wally. I'm looking for a map through the forest.
What are you trying to find in the forest?
I don't know. Nothing in particular.
Then having a map won't really be any different than wandering around lost, will it?
Yeah, but, well, never mind. Melee clock is still broken.
Yep.
Better to have one for each eye.
If you say so.
If one monocle is good, two is better. Ah, crystal clear. I'll just write that down. Actually, I think I'd rather not hear about that again. A classic specimen of Alata needleus, a carnivorous vascular dicot known for its tasteful coloration, slight wiggle, and loads of tiny, sharp teeth. I'm hopelessly lost without a map. Warning: the dark forest ahead is deadly and twisty. Maps are highly recommended.
Hi there.
Hi there. Can you make me a key from this serial number?
Sure. This'll be for a high-end display case. You a collector?
Yeah. Stamps. Doesn't fit.
What do you expect me to do, Elaine? Issue a proclamation?
Of course not, Carla. We'll need to generate public support. I'm working on that.
People around here don't like any kind of restrictions, even if it's for their own good.
But we can put a requirement on ships traveling to the north. There's already a customs check, so the infrastructure is all in place.
Well, it's a start. Scurvy's a big problem. Let's do all we can.
Agreed.
I've come a long way. Is there anything else on the agenda?
Coffee?
Next time I'm in a drum circle, this would come in handy. can you fix this?
Ah, the famous eye patch disguise of John Laney. As I suspected, the magic has long since drained away.
Good. Great. So, can you charge it up again?
I can, if
If
you bring me one more thing. A particular charm of great power.
You couldn't have told me this earlier?
I could have. You must bring me the bite of 1,000 needles. Then I will recharge your eye patch.
The bite of 1,000 needles. Can you be a tiny bit more specific?
No.
All right, let's see what I can do. It's an unusual safe with 5 keyholes.
Alas, the safe is not for sale. It has been placed with me for safekeeping.
Hey, Wally. So, the lookout is still kicking?
Yep.
Hey, Wally. Bye. Hi, Cobb. Hard to believe after all these years you're still here.
I was declared a historical landmark.
Yeah, the place does seem different from what I remember.
It's this new, younger generation of pirate leaders. Oh, they're highfalutin dark magic. Look at us. We're so much better than you because we don't drink grog before getting married. These kids today are all about sacking and pillaging. They've got no heart.
I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island. Wanna come?
I heard the secret is just some marketing gimmick Stan thought up. That only the gullible and naive would go looking for it.
Tell me about Loom.
Oh, I'm so sick of pirates asking me about Loom. Get lost.
Then why don't you take off the Ask Me About Loom button?
My grog-riddled body has fused with it. I'm more button than man at this point.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
Hi, Cobb.
You again. I know you.
Oh, come on. Tell me about Loom. For old time's sake.
Beat it.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Fine. You mean the latest masterpiece of fantasy storytelling from Lucasfilm's Brian Moriarty? Why, it's an extraordinary adventure with an interface of magic. Stunning, high-resolution 3D landscapes, sophisticated score, and musical effects. Not to mention the detailed animation and special effects, elegant point-and-click control of characters, objects, and magic spells. Beat the rush. Go out and buy Loom today.
Yes.
Now get lost.
Nice talking to you.
Yeah.
It's those 3 clowns at the back table. Are you sure I can't persuade you to back my expedition to Monkey Island?
Let's pretend I was really considering this. What sort of pirate qualifications have you got, exactly?
I completed the 3 trials.
Trials?
It's how they used to make their bones in the old days.
Well, I was a director of combat operations for the British Navy, and I've written 2 books on ship-to-ship tactics.
I'm a founding member and co-director of the Red Fleet and hold records for civilian casualties from San Domingo to Venezuela.
I'm an expert in 17 forms of hand-to-hand combat, 3 of which I invented. I served with Bellamy, Teach, and Roberts before they each met an untimely end that I might have had nothing to do with.
Just so you know, this is the kind of resume we expect.
Oh.
Guybrush Threepwood, as I live and breathe. How have you been?
Peachy.
How's Elaine? She was always my favorite governor. Also, she covered your tab when you stopped coming in.
Still in public service. Fighting scurvy now.
My place is clean. Our health certificates are up to date.
No, it's not like that. She's got a foundation. They're trying to promote limes as a preventative.
Oh, well, tell her I say hello.
Do you know where I can buy a mop?
Buy? You don't want to buy a mop.
I think I do.
The mop is the formal tool of a cook. Not as clumsy or random as a dish rag. An elegant tool for a more civilized cleaning. You cannot hope to succeed with the mop of another.
I can't?
You must construct your own. A single, perfect instrument that you will keep and use for a lifetime.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Once you build it, the mop will become your constant companion, your tool, and a ready means of defense against spills of all kinds.
Build it?
The wood is the heart of the handle. The heart is the handle of the cook. You are one.
Not helpful so far.
You must find a particular tree. A tree uniquely suited to the handles of mops. Carve your handle from a limb of that tree. Any questions?
Are you sure I can't just buy a mop? Yours, for example.
No, you've got to make one. Trust me on this.
How do I find the mop handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
What kind of wood is the tree?
That is something you must discover for yourself.
What about the head of the mop?
Oh, you have to have one, of course, but pretty much anything will do. It's mostly about the handle.
Okay, I guess I'll do it. What's wrong?
You gave the story the wrong title. It should be called Mop Quest. When do we get to the piratey parts?
Well, even the coolest professions involve more mopping up than you would think. It seemed crazy to me at the time, too. But don't forget, it was all so I could board a ship, take command, and sail to Monkey Island. But first, I had to make a mop. Pests or garnishes?
A good cook sources local supplies when he can.
It's amazing what you can achieve if you put your mind to it. And you have a packet of stick-on stars. The plaque says, "In memory of looming seagulls of old." I think someone tried to secure a boat with this. Ugh, I remember that stench as if it were yesterday. The food is more exciting when you can smell the risk. Active little guys, aren't they? It's like a miniature dance party. Well, it's definitely a mop.
Stay away from my mop.
Pleasantly scorching hot. I've got a few coins for incidentals. I'm gonna find the secret of Monkey Island.
Ha! It'll turn out to be a t-shirt or something.
Hey, Wally. I'm looking for a tree to make a stupid mop from. Have you got a map for that?
So the cook has sent you on one of his spiritual journeys? Been a while since I made one of those mop tree maps. What kind of tree is it again?
I don't know. A wood one?
That's okay. Just bring me a sliver of the wood and I can work it out from there. I'm that good.
Bye.
Stay away from my mop!
Oh, you look like the health inspector tasted your stew. Or you did.
Worse, Marlin is here.
Who?
The customer I have nightmares about. He's the only importer of yak fat on the island, so I need to keep him happy, but he makes that impossible. Today he wants me to make him a dish that he ate last week at some kind of event at the governor's mansion. But of course he doesn't remember what it's called or know what's in it or even remember what color it was. He says he thinks it has ingredients in it. I don't have the slightest idea what to make.
If I brought you a recipe, could you make it?
Of course. I'm a cook. See the hat?
Oh, look behind you! A three-headed monkey!
I do know a great stew recipe for monkey heads, but I can't think about that right now.
Can I ask you again about the mop I need to make?
Sure.
Remind me how to find the mop handle tree?
I can't tell you exactly where it is, because this is your own personal journey.
What kind of wood did you say the tree was?
I didn't.
Okay, thanks. Looks like a mugshot. At least they look healthy. Hi.
Are you my waiter? I want the excellent dish I had at the governor's mansion last week. I don't know what it's called, but it was sort of, a hot food.
Yeah, but I'm not...
It had ingredients in it or something.
I'm not your waiter.
I already told your incompetent cook this, but he still hasn't brought me my dinner.
I don't work here. I'm not a waiter.
Hop to it!
Right away, sir. Fancy. Hi again. Oh, those new pirate leaders are real jerks. They laughed at me, and they won't fund my expedition. Why didn't you warn me?
Would you have listened?
Of course. Okay, no, probably not. Can I borrow a book?
You've got a lot of nerve asking that. You never brought back the last book you borrowed. I had to buy another copy. You never even apologized.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm hearing the words, but somehow they aren't helping. I need more than that.
Well, I've come for a recipe. A dish you served at a recent function, it's been described as hot and having ingredients in it. Ring any bells?
I do host plenty of functions. I'm afraid I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
I don't really have anything to say. I just like doing this.
Practice is nice, but I'm busy these days. Governor stuff.